2018's God of War is a story set at constant juxtapositions. Kratos, being a cold-hearted father traveling the 9 realms with his son Atreus, who is bright, youthful, and excited. Freya, an obsessively overprotective mother, stripping humanity away from her son in fear of any harm coming to him compared to Faye, passing away before the story begins and entrusting her ashes with Atreus so that he can make the dangerous journey to become a man alongside his father. Even the entertaining smithing brothers Brock and Sindri, Brock being a calloused, loud brute of a dwarf, while Sindri, being a soft-spoken germaphobe, stands beside him. It's hard to make the argument against the deliberate writing of Cory Barlog. God of War is a story set at constant juxtapositions. Those juxtapositions are only highlighted by the masterful and BAFTA award-winning score composed by none other than the maestro Bear McCreary. His attention to detail when developing themes you can easily associate to the characters in the story really helps cement those contrasting relationships and how they evolve from the moment you begin all the way to when the credits roll. That's what we're going to talk about today, Bear McCreary's score and how important music is to thematic development in the medium of visual interactive storytelling. The score in particular is called Salvation, and it occurs at the end of the game when all the conflict comes to one massive head. Now, just as was stated before the video began, and I cannot stress this enough, there are major story spoilers ahead. If you have not played God of War yet and do not want anything spoiled, please turn this video off and come back once you have. We'll be waiting for you to return. Seriously, just go play the game. It's probably one of the greatest video games of the generation, if not of all time. That being said, we got a really fun one in store here, so settle in, get comfortable, and summon your deepest boy muster. This is the importance of themes in video game music. So the first example I want to touch on is the exchange between Baldur and his mother Freya following Baldur's defeat at the hands of both Kratos and Atreus. What starts off as a very harsh monologue for Baldur, Freya tries desperately to reason with her son in an attempt to make him see her side. However, in vain it may be. After hearing Baldur say that he would never forgive her because she still has to pay for the lifetime she stole from him, Freya grows defiant. Exclaiming that she has paid gravely for her actions, she stands level with the man consumed by hatred and makes one final attempt to reason with him.
I have paid. I have paid. But if that alone will make you whole, if seeing me dead will make things right, I won't stop you.
I know.
Arms outstretched, she is prepared for her son to murder her if that means he will see the justice he believes he is owed. Listen to the cue once Freya outstretches her arms. Sound familiar? It should. It's the same melody from Witch of the Woods, which happens to be Freya's theme. The only thing missing is the mystical arpeggio of plucked harp beneath the melody to give it the mysterious and magical sound it's known for. Instead, we are met with that melody played slower and more longingly, with the violins playing a tremolo part high in the register while we watch Baldur begin to cry and approach his mother. Why does this work so effectively in this scene? I believe it's largely due to the fact that up until right now, we've only seen Freya in a confident and poised manner. When she's introduced in the story, she's scolding Kratos and Atreus for harming her animals. She calls Kratos out on him being boneheaded about withholding Atreus' true nature from him. She even takes the mistletoe from Atreus after finding it on him and harshly tells him to never use it for reasons we now know at this point in the story. So to see Freya vulnerable, beaten, and accepting her own mortality, it strikes a stark juxtaposition against who we have grown to know, and it's only amplified by the subtle changes in her theme. This thematic development will be further explored later on in the video. I just wanted to highlight this moment as a precursor to the final bit of character growth into what I believe is going to be one of the most interesting character developments of the upcoming sequel in 2021. Okay, pop quiz time. I'm going to play 3 notes for you on a tuba, and you're going to tell me who the character is that belongs to those 3 notes out of a multiple choice option. It's very easy. Okay, here are the 3 notes. Okay, so your options are answer A, Sora's mom.
Sora, dinner's ready. Come on down.
Not now,
Sora?
Mom. I'm about to freaking fight darkness with my best friends that are an anthropomorphized dog and a duck who never heals me. Option B, the crazy dude from that one PlayStation 1 game I used to have a demo disc for called Wild 9. It's not him. I'm just going to go ahead and eliminate it. It's not him. Or is it option C, Kratos, aka 2018 Father of the Year, aka Always Angry Dad? I'll let you pick. Unfortunately, the answer wasn't A, Sora's mom. I know, I'm sorry. But the good news is I get to go on about Kratos now for the next segment of this video. Kratos' leitmotif stands as a stark, monolithic reminder of the power he possesses in the journey he's been on. A journey we've all been witness to dating back to the original game's release in 2005. Prior to 2018's God of War, Kratos was known as a brutally violent animal hell-bent on exacting his revenge upon the gods of Olympus.
Do you see, gods of Olympus? Do you need more proof than this?
All while wearing the ghostly white ashes of his family that was slain by his own hands at the behest of Ares, the god of war. While today's Kratos is still a brutally violent being wearing his previous family's ashes, there's a wisdom to him that we didn't see before. Still carrying the scars of self-inflicted wounds capable of killing any mortal, Kratos lives a solitary life in the wilderness of Midgard with his new family. Finding himself unable to connect with his young son, he retreats from his role as a father and relies on his late wife Faye to raise Atreus. It's only after Faye's passing that Kratos begins to take on the parental responsibility that he owes Atreus. Now, I'm not going to go through and summarize the entire development of Kratos as a person through this specific story. We would be here for ages. Instead, I want to jump to the moment when he becomes human again. As Baldur strangles his mother, Kratos intervenes. Musically, we hear the theme from the beginning of Salvation grow from a solo violin into the whole orchestra. Dark and foreboding as Baldur faces his own mortality, Kratos utters 2 final sentences before ending the god's life.
Why do you even care? You could have walked away. The cycle ends here. Must be better than this.
It's here that we get all the payoff for Kratos' development. The journey we've been on with him now for the last 13 years. To this day, I've completed this game 4 or 5 times. And even now, as I edit this video, this exact moment in the scene, it gives me goosebumps. Like, it just gives me the most insane goosebumps out of any game I've ever played in my life. Do you hear those 3 notes? They're on high with the entire orchestra ringing out triumphantly as we finally see Kratos become human again. Kratos knows the consequences of killing a god. He's killed many.
Sense of yourself. Never as an indulgence.
Nobody cared about him anyways. What's the difference?
There are consequences to killing a god!
Why? How do you know? How do you know?
And with this amazing interpretation of his leitmotif in Salvation, we feel every single ounce of it. This right here is what it's all about. This is why themes are so important to video games. This next section highlights this as well as Freya begins to come to. Freya, being the mother that she is, never wanted to see Baldur die, even if that meant she had to die for him to be happy. This was her motivation in making him invulnerable in the first place. So when Kratos kills Baldur, he makes an enemy of someone who is just recently a friend. Someone who happens to be the wife of Odin and the Queen of the Valkyries. Returning back to the theme from before, notice how the melody is now supported by the horns. This signifies a change in demeanor from one of desperation to one of immense power. While angering someone who has formidable Asgardian status could be considered a death sentence, he first and foremost angered a mother. The brilliant monologue performed by Daniel Basutti carries incredible weight behind it because her performance is so believable. You buy into the notion that a mother just watched her son get murdered.
Rain down every agony, every violation imaginable upon you. I will parade your cold body from every corner of every realm and feed your soul to the vilest filth in hell. That is my promise.
He saved your life.
He robbed me of everything. Everything. You were just an animal. Passing on your cruelty and rage, you will never change.
Adding this new powerful interpretation of her theme behind it, we can be almost certain that the sequel will once challenged by Freya to reveal his past to his son.
You do not know me.
I know enough. Does he?
Kratos meets it head on and faces the music. I want to end this video on the correlation between memories of mother and the leitmotif for that piece being used as a device for Atreus' character growth after Baldur's death. He knows the truth now. He knows that Kratos killed his father, and while I found it highly interesting that Kratos didn't mention his previous family, I have a sneaking suspicion that those details will be revealed in the sequel.
Boy, listen close. I'm from a land called Sparta. I made a deal with a god that cost me my soul. I killed many who were deserving, and many who were not. I killed my father.
Hearing memories of mother during this exchange, to me, represents Faye's wishes for Atreus being fulfilled. He's been on this long journey, fraught with danger, spanning multiple realms, and he's become a man in the process. While we haven't reached the summit of Jotunheim just yet, it is here that I believe we've reached the summit of Atreus' transition into the character we will see once Ragnarok arrives. Regardless, if him, Kratos, and Ymir Whoa, okay, so that one was a bit of a doozy to make. I'm trying to get better at editing, and I think I'm getting there. If you made it this far, thank you so much. I appreciate you. I really hope you enjoyed it. Please let me know what you think in the comments below. I want to talk about two quick things. One, I want to be as transparent as possible and as above board as possible. I don't have the means for game capture as of right now. That is something I am working on for my videos in 2021. So I did use people's footage on YouTube, and I don't want to steal anything. I don't want to take credit for anything. So I am listing every single link to every single video that I sourced footage from down below. Please share the love with them. And please just know I'm not trying to be ill-willed or steal anything. That's not what I'm trying to do. I don't have game capture, so I'm trying to use YouTube for my footage. Number 2, I'm going to be putting something on Instagram here this week just as a quick end of year thank you. And yeah, that's about it. I'm done. 2020 is in the books. We've had a fantastic year. I can't believe how much success we've had this year, and it's all because of your support for what I do. So thank you very much. My name is Tyler Walton from Tyler Walton Music. Please take care of yourself this holiday season. I'll see you in January.